Hello everybody and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. Holy shit, we're barreling through the numbers here. We're already at 310. Almost. We're at what? I think this is 309 this episode? We're very close to, oh my god. Yeah, we're getting close to 310. We're going to be at 350 before you know it. We're going to be at 400 before you know it. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? We're recording a podcast is what we're doing.
Oh, right.
That is true. And I'm John, the person who has been hosting the show for a lot of the episodes.
Would you say most of the episodes?
I would say most. I don't know the numbers. I'm gonna just claim that it's most.
Yeah, no one's gonna check.
No, maybe someone will. If you feel like checking, I don't know why, but go ahead. Folks, we're here. We're online, and I am joined by the Skull of the Hour, Spencer.
Hey, what's up?
Spencer, I'm very glad that you're here with us. And I'm also glad that I'm trying to think of a fun name for you, Rose. I'm a little she who does not wilt. Rose, you are here.
Thank you.
Shit.
Yes, that's very cool. It's like a boss name.
Exactly. Folks, we are raring to talk about some video games. This week was nowhere near as hectic as the last couple of weeks. There hasn't been any really crazy things going on. The game releases have slowed down. It feels like that we're all just going through the games. We're processing Final Fantasy. We're collectively getting sick and tired of Animal Crossing. It feels like it's a process. The internet is a process right now, especially with everyone all indoors. I feel like there's just these waves of individuals figuring things out. I shouldn't talk while I'm yawning. Figuring things out. So, I suppose we could just check in and talk about what everyone's been up to and just head on from there. So Spencer, you have been playing some video games.
I sure have. I've been playing through. So I got Black Mesa, which is the remake of the first Half-Life game, and that made me want to go back and play all of the other Half-Life games. And so I did that, and then I've also been playing the BioShock trilogy again, which I only ever finished Infinite before this time, but I've actually gone back and finished 1 and 2.
I didn't know that. I didn't. That's a little unfortunate.
So, but that's what I've been up to. It's been quite a journey, I'll say.
Scott, this is something I've always wondered. My worst memory with BioShock Infinite, as someone who so I 100%ed that game. I did the 1999 mode and everything.
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now.
Boy.
Yeah. I did it all the week it came. I was very big into BioShock 1. I still like BioShock 1, even if I feel like its attempts at satire fail pretty bad.
Right.
I still really like it, the layout of everything and how it plays. I love it. It's great. It's a lot of fun. The aesthetics are great. But one thing I always hated about BioShock Infinite, as I remember it, is that there's this whole long segment where you have to chase a ghost.
I am coming up to that point in my 1999 mode playthrough, and Was it as bad in vanilla as I remember? Just straight I remember it being bad. That's what I remember. I remember the experience being horrible because, it's just waves of enemies in a game that's not really designed around waves of enemies.
Yeah.
But that's mostly because, a lot of people don't like Infinite because, unlike the other BioShock games, you have a limited arsenal. In the other BioShock games, you have 7 weapons and a camera, and in BioShock Infinite, you have 2 weapons. And that's fine until you start running out of ammo, and then you have to scavenge for ammo, but usually like the ammo for the guns you're using, if the enemies aren't using those guns, you're not going to get ammo for it. So you have to just switch.
Yeah, you have to hope for Elizabeth to go like, here,
And
catch, and just magically
bad.
have the
like,
ammo you had.
especially in like 1999 mode where you want to save your money for revives because if you run out of money, it's game over.
So I'm gonna have to ask what 1999 mode is, because I played through that game once
And then never again.
and yeah, I was done with it. I remember I did not dislike the gameplay, but also that was a really long time ago, so I don't know how I'd feel about it now. But what is that?
1999 mode changes core parts of the game. Like, so when you die in the game, reviving normally costs a small amount of resources. In 1999 mode, it costs like $100 more, which is like, it can add up if you keep dying in a part, but also it makes things like you can't save whenever you want. And resources are a bit more limited, and you take more damage and enemies take less damage. It's basically just like the extreme mode or the hardest difficulty mode of the game, because you have to beat the game to
It's
unlock
like playing System Shock 2.
Yeah, which I have played System Shock 2 multiple times, and it's a game I really like playing, so that's why I wanted to try 1999 mode, because I forgot about that it even existed until like I was telling a friend about it, and she said like, oh, you should play 1999 mode then. So it just makes the game much more difficult than it normally was, and I had already finished the game, so I thought, might as well. Because I played through Bioshock 1 and 2, and even though I had the Vita chambers on, I only ever ended up using them once in both playthroughs, and the first time was when I was fighting a big sister for the first time, because like I had no idea how to approach that enemy at all. So, but that's just what 1999 mode is. It's just like a very hard mode.
Yeah, it's not as bad as like, dude, have you ever played the Dead Space games, either of you?
No.
I have played them. I played the first one, but I didn't like do anything crazy with it. I just played it.
Okay. I went crazy with all of them. This is a reoccurring thing, I think, whenever I realize, like, I played old games. I played them like insane people. But I, like, the Dead Space 2 had this mode where you could only save 3 times, and when you died, you go back to the save.
Oh, I remember that. I remember people talking about it.
I did that.
That's nuts.
It was, like... I feel like the Bioshock one, like, they made it out to sound crazy, and then I remember doing it, like, it wasn't, like, easy or anything, but it wasn't, like, that bad.
Sure.
But, like... Yeah, those gimmick difficulties nowadays, I feel like I will like want to die when I think about them. But like back then, I would just do fucking anything. You did get a foam finger as a weapon if you beat it on.
Oh my god!
That, and you just pointed at enemies, and when you pointed it at them, it instantly like just blew them up, and the Isaac Clarke just went pew pew.
That's very funny.
Yeah, that was very good. I remember that.
Great weapon, great stuff. Dead Space 2 is also a phenomenal game. So.
But yeah, I've been
highly recommend it.
I've been playing those games again, and it was really weird going back to Bioshock 1 because I really liked playing it on release, but I never actually finished it because I'd always get to the twist part, and I always thought that was like halfway through the game and there was a whole half of the game left. And no, there's only like
deceptive.
And I thought, and it's like, no, there's actually only like a level or two after that, and it's not that bad. So I've gone like 13 years because yes, Bioshock 1 came out in 2007. I've gone 13 years never knowing that game's finale is you become a big daddy. I never knew that. I thought that was the novel thing in Bioshock 2. Like, oh, you get to play as a big daddy. And it's like, well, you kind of get to do that in Bioshock 1. So they just wanted to like expand upon it.
Yeah.
I think Bioshock 2 is a very good game overall, is my take. It's very sad that the studio that made it like got destroyed immediately after they made it.
Yeah, that sucks.
But
it's, you know what I found out? You know how Bioshock 2 has like a multiplayer component because that was around the time.
Yeah, I played it.
That was around the time when everybody was like, we have to have a multiplayer component in our game.
Well, they were especially they were doing that just as like a, just to hop on the trend. But I feel like that was leading up to the whole like we need to put multiplayer in the game so we can have those codes to charge people for buying used copies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the people who did the Bioshock 2 multiplayer are the same people who went on to go and make Warframe. It's Digital Extremes.
Oh, that makes sense because the Bioshock multiplayer is good, and I played it with my ex-girlfriend and my friend for a very long time.
Nice.
I was really obsessed with achievements, rather. I really liked achievements and the gamer score.
Yeah. I mean,
those were fun. That was fun back then.
Yeah.
I feel like gamer score is still a very fun concept. I don't care about trophies on the PSN, and I feel like just because this generation's been very Sony, I'm like, eh.
For me, it's always been more a matter of like, if I like a game, like I platinumed Bloodborne because I liked Bloodborne that much. So if I like a game, I will do all the weird bullshit achievement things. But my favorite achievements are the ones where it's like you don't even like have an, because like there's the achievements where it's like, oh, you did the story thing, good job. Or the achievements where it's like, oh, you beat it on the hardest difficulty, or you beat it only firing one bullet in the whole playthrough. My favorite achievements are like, you found the skeleton, and you're playing like a regular ass golf game.
Of course, your favorite achievement is you found the skeleton.
Here, the full example is like, the achievement's called You Found the Skeleton, and you're playing like a normal milquetoast like golfing game, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? There's a skeleton. And then you go into a cave in some area and there's just a skeleton, and he goes, you found me, and then you get the achievement. Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, sure.
Where it's like,
see, my favorite achievements are like the one they removed it out of the Master Chief Collection and it pissed me off.
No.
But like the one that's, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know which one you're talking
Halo.
about.
Okay, the one from Halo Reach is this one, it was If They Came to Hear Me Beg, where you just jumped off of this cliff and broke your fall by assassinating an elite at the bottom of the cliff.
Oh my god.
And it was like the sickest shit of all time when you pulled it off or whatever, and they just removed it. But it was really good. I like achievements like that, where they have you do like a silly thing that really makes you feel cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really fun. Infinite's what I'm playing through now, and it's a weird game to play in 2020.
How so? What specifically? I know there's a lot of things.
So, like, the big thing with Infinite is, like, you are going to, like, a very America first, very, like, everybody's horribly racist and such, like, place. And it's just a really weird game to play when it's, like, given current events and current geopolitical climate. And it's like, this was just kind of like a whatever. This was just like set dressing in like 2013 or whatever. But now it's like, oh, I see this like every day. This is bad.
I think like one of the biggest problems is that like, so like, listen, I will use my free excuse that I can use here that I was like 16 or something when BioShock Infinite came out. And I didn't know a damn thing. I had never been online. But I feel like if BioShock Infinite had come out even like 2 years after it came out, I feel like people would have been way harsher to it right from the get-go than the sort of like flip that you saw. Because I feel like it's a great benchmark for how far like criticism and discussion of games have come in the greater sphere.
It makes me draw a parallel to a kind of similar game that came out not too long ago called Far Cry 5, and how the lead up to that, people thought they was going to talk about stuff, because that was coming out in like 2016, 2017, I don't quite remember. Right. And like people were like, oh, it's going to say all these things, and it decided to say basically nothing about it.
Yeah,
which is
like,
what Infinite does.
When they announced that game, they were like, "Oh man, this is gonna be Far Cry taking on the right-wing Trump voters." And then, like 3 months later, they were like, well, "Actually, we're trying not to be too political. We want to, not really say anything too crazy." And it's like
they said like "covfefe" and that was it or something.
Probably, yeah. It's like fuck off, like don't do that shit.
And I feel like if Infinite had been released later, it would have gotten the same treatment that Far Cry 5 did, because it basically also just says nothing. It basically almost says it worse, where it's like it not only says
it's worse.
It's absolutely worse. Like it is 100% like people saying that fighting up against racists makes you just as bad as the racists. Like it is bad. It is completely incorrect.
Yeah, because it's
bullshit.
Because the rebellion leader, the big thing is the deuteragonists start ragging on her before they even see her do like the really bad thing, which is where she like, basically threatens to kill a child, which is a bad thing. But also,
Boss,
like,
you killed
they
a
didn't
child?
have to make her want to kill a child because, but they had to make her be like an antagonist or whatever. They needed an excuse to get the player to shoot more people.
Yeah,
which is dumb.
It's very
it sure is.
Immature, and it is very telling of the way that the creator and I'm blanking on his name. Ken Levine, yeah, just the way that Ken Levine lives his life, that he is just an extreme centrist and doesn't actually understand what the fuck he's talking about. Like, he just...
Remember when he accepted an offer to close his entire studio so that he could just poach 6 new people and make his own studio where he could make forever games, and like 300 people lost their jobs?
Oh, totally, yeah. Yep. He is a piece of shit.
I think one of the big things about Bioshock Infinite that sticks out to me is obviously there's the issues of its, like, themes it explores, let's say.
Explores,
but there's also just the issue. Yeah?
You were saying?
Oh. There's also just the issue of, like, its story doesn't make any fucking sense if you look at it for a second. Like, it's very much like when you get to the twist at the end, it's like the first time you see it, if you're not thinking at all, you're like, whoa, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. But then if you like think about it for even a second, you're like, wait, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
Like,
it basically it's a really dumb, watered down version of the many worlds theory. And it just uses like quantum mechanics as a stand-in for magic, which is fine. Like, other games do that all the time, and it's fine. But, like, it tries to be deeper than it is because, like, oh, you're both the protagonist and the antagonist, and we have to kill you, so then make sure that the antagonist no longer exists. And it's like, that's not even how the time travel works.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And I mean, it's like if you think about it, like, it's like, well, what the fuck did I do in my playthrough that was bad? It's like, I helped the girl out. Mm-hmm. I didn't do shit. Like,
it's a bad time travel, like, dimension hopping story that they just put in because, like, they wanted to add some layer to it.
Yeah.
And they don't really do anything with it either. Like, it's just really...
It's dumb.
And what sucks about it, to me, is that, like, I can almost see, like, the game this was going to be. Because I went back and watched, like, the old, like, pre-release, like in-game, in-engine footage trailer stuff that, people post out for, like, E3s and whatever. And, like, it looked like a much better game. And it looked like it had much more character to it. And there's moments in the game where there is some characterization that's really good. But they're few and far between, and they're completely sandwiched in between 90% of you, like, sniping dudes and setting people on fire and lifting them up with, like, a fucking horsepower ability. And it's really weird. And then it's all, like, tied together with, like, oh yeah, you're also fighting, like, horribly racist caricatures of people that...
Yeah.
While also saying nothing about their politics at all, aside from they're bad, but so are the people they're oppressing, because the people they're oppressing are mean when they're revolting.
Have you ever played the DLC?
No, I haven't. I'm going to play that when I'm finished with this playthrough.
Let me know what you think about that as well. I really did not like it.
Oh boy.
It felt very... soulless, let's say. It feels like exactly the type of thing where they're like, whoa, it's Bioshock 1. Fucking crazy, dude.
Oh, Choi. So, but yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Well, that's fucked up.
2010s are a crazy time for gaming,
Yeah.
Early 2010s.
I'm feeling like we're starting all over with 2020.
I feel like 2019, let's say 19. I was trying to think whether 2018 or 19. I think 19 was a good indicator of the type of games we're going to get going forward. Like, I feel like every 4 years you get a good, like, indication of what it's going to be like for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like 2019 was the year, because we're going to start getting a lot more games like Control and shit.
Sure.
You'd hope.
I mean, it was massively successful, and also everyone knows they can't fight Fortnite or anything anymore, so...
Yeah,
So they've stopped
I guess.
trying, finally.
Yeah, finally. My only worry going forward is that people are going to keep trying to make MMOs again, because I feel like people will always try to make MMOs.
They need to stop.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like, you look at like, what, for 2010, early 2010s, it was the 2007 to what, like 2012 first-person shooter time.
Yeah, it was everybody trying to be Call of Duty or Halo.
Yeah, and then you get to, what is it, like, then it's the open world boom until like 2019.
Because of like things like Minecraft and
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft
probably,
Auto.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And like Far Cry a little bit.
It was Assassin's Creed, that's what it was.
Yes,
That's
Assassin's
what caused
Creed.
it. It's Assassin's Creed.
Another game series I've been replaying, but I'm not up to the games where I haven't actually played them yet. I've replayed all the ones I already played. So,
Man, let me go off on... This is completely unrelated to anything. Can I go off? I'm going to go off real quick about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I have not played.
please.
It seems like it just sucks. I don't know much about it, but it just seems like it sucks. Like, I found out that they created lore that the first Assassin's Blade was like Poseidon's magic sword or some shit, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. Fuck off. Like, so, for reference, I want to say, like, Origins did a good job of building a lot of like realistic ways that the Assassin's Order would have been established, right? Mm-hmm. So like the whole logo and everything is a bird skull upside down and stuff. Like the reason they cut off the finger in Assassin's Creed 1 when they do the blade thing is because they just were like being a cult basically to copy like exactly what Bayek did in Origins, which I thought,
didn't he also cut off his finger by accident because he didn't understand how to use it?
Yeah, he was going in a bath to kill someone, and he pulled out the sword and just cut off his finger.
So people thought, oh, this is how you're supposed to use the blade. Which is a very human way of approaching.
Yeah,
that.
It's really good. And then they changed it to, it's Poseidon's magic sword.
Oh my god,
fucking sucks, man.
Well,
but yeah, that's just how I feel about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Thank you. Maybe someday I will form an actual opinion by playing the game, but I do not have a very high opinion based on that and the whole gay shit that they pulled.
Though it's also weird how it's like, they let you play as like a male or female character, which is like really weird because they normally have like a consistent timeline and you're playing a specific character.
Yeah, like in Syndicate, right? They have both of them.
Yes. Here's the weird thing, though. They later went back and they basically made it so that like Cassandra is the canon character. So it's almost like, well, why even have a choice then? Just like have people play Cassandra.
Because you can't make a game starring a woman, Skull. Come on.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't exist.
I think that was like 2013, right? 2014? 2014.
Which one?
Syndicate?
Syndicate was... I think 2014 is correct. No, 2014 was Unity. It would have been 2015 or 2016 for Syndicate. Okay.
Well, either way, no. Back then, they didn't believe in women. Remember the Unity thing.
The Unity thing is why I stopped playing those games.
That's also why I stopped playing those games.
So, yeah, I remember because I was like, I just wanted a couple levels where you played as the woman.
Yeah. I know you really like 4, right?
Yeah,
right?
4's pretty fun. I don't like it as much now because it's just really an old game. But like the stealth stuff is like okay. It's like it's better than the previous games because you have like the little bushes you can hide in, but those were in like 3. But the naval combat's still really fun. It's still good. But I feel like if you wanted to play like a pirate game nowadays, you'd probably better off playing something like Sea of Thieves. Because that one you can play with people.
Yeah. I just like, I think I did not enjoy 4, and I did not enjoy 3. I enjoyed aspects of 3, but like 3 really struck home to me that the modern story of Assassin's Creed fucking sucks, and I just want to see political history drama.
Yeah, basically. That's why I liked how 3 ends with them killing off of like Desmond, because it's like, oh cool, we can move on from this character.
If only.
So,
but then they got to talk about how his magic corpse is in their science jail that they're examining or whatever.
Yeah, but that's fine because at least I'm not like playing as him in between like the segments where I'm playing the cool history shit.
But don't you want to see the beautiful relationship between him and Lucy?
No, never again. I already had to relive that like a month or two ago. Like,
don't you want to get the weird bleeding effect where you get to see Altair fuck?
God, don't you want to see the weird implication where it's like, oh, now you're playing as like the fucking sperm?
Yes. God. Remember when you get to play as Ezio right after he's born? That owned. That was good. That's when video games first became good.
Right after you're born, you play as Ezio right after he's born, and then it's a tutorial for what the buttons do. Like the B button's your right arm, and the X button's your left arm.
Yes, that is what video games were made for, baby. We need to get back. We need to go back to that specifically, that idea.
And the protagonist the moment they're born, so you can get a grasp on their controls. What are you even doing?
Yeah, what the heck?
Okay,
David Cage, you can win us over in your next game.
God,
you can't win us over. I'm lying. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for that tangent. I was just thinking about Assassin's Creed now.
You're fine. I think we're all kind of thinking about the era of gaming, and how it's somehow kind of still permeating in a sense. It's weird.
Still out there.
It never stops.
Yeah, for real.
They tried really hard to make it stop, though.
Yeah. Rose, what have you been playing? What's up with you?
Well, we'll talk about one of the things later, I think, when we get to you, probably.
Sure.
So I'll just talk about two of the things I've been playing. One is the Control DLC. I'm going to write something about this, so I won't go too in depth. But Control DLC is like mostly good. I'm more excited for the second one, which is going to be Alan Wake themed. Speaking of games from 2010 or whatever.
Hey, this one I want to see come back. Like,
yeah, no, we all do. It never got its second chance, it never got another time in the sun, as they say.
Word.
See, again, you want to talk about them trying to kill it, that fucking American Nightmare. That's like a shotgun bullet to that franchise.
Yeah,
almost.
for real.
Except it still kind of owns, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I'm excited for the Alan Wake one, but this one was like, so going in, it's basically the whole premise of the DLC is that you're going to learn more about the board.
Yes.
Like the board of directors?
So do you know anything about Control,
No,
Spencer?
I don't.
Okay, so the board is an like eldritch god.
Oh, okay.
That's shown by it's like a collective consciousness that's a giant triangle that floats in the sky and talks to you.
I'm down for this.
Yeah, so there's not much about them in the main game. They basically they talk in multiple. I don't know how to describe. How would you describe the way they talk, John?
I think you were gonna say multiple choice, and I think that is kind of the way to do it. Like for example, if they're telling you to go fight an enemy, and that enemy used to be like the chief of staff or something like that, they would say like go and kill / fire your next enemy / ex-coworker. Like that's kind of that's not exactly how they do it, but it's close. It's kind they speak like that.
So they kind of talk as if like the timeline is a point rather than a line, where they're just like all possible aspects exist at the same point.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Oh.
It's sort of just like almost like a triple entendre, except they're saying the words, basically.
Oh, weird.
Like they're saying the different words.
They're kind of
they'll say
so the DLC is about the board.
So yeah, you're going underneath into these like caves underneath the big house that the entire game takes place in. I call it a big house. It's not really a house. That's just what it's called. It's called the oldest house. But you go down there in these caves to do some shit or whatever. I won't get into too specifics, but there's one thing I'll talk about in a little bit. But basically, you're just going through caves, and the caves look very similar to each other, and that gets kind of boring. It's like pretty red sand and like covering everything, but like it's still rocks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's rocks.
Rocks.
Like there's not much you can do with the rocks. And they do some interesting thing with gameplay stuff with the rocks, but there's not much visual stuff they could do with the rocks that I feel like match the aesthetics of Control, you know?
Right.
And it just sort of like wears on you after a while. And the fact that it's mostly about the board, who, again, because of the way the original game is structured, the board's talking to you like once every like 30 minutes. And they're saying like 2 sentences maybe. So it's very hard for it to feel like you're actually accomplishing a lot of stuff. Because it's like, you know, like, you're basically just wandering through environments that look largely the same to solve like a puzzle and fighting enemies that are largely the same. They're new enemies, but like it's still largely the same enemies over and over again. And it's like you're doing it, but like the reward is just like you get to see 2 funny bits from the board or something, or interesting bits from the board. Which is like a lot lesser compared to like base game Control, where you're like constantly reading like SCPs and shit like everywhere. Like you're reading about that, you're hearing funny audio logs and stuff. And there are like a couple. So there's one thing that's like matches the pace of the base game, and it's this really good thing that I think that was really funny, which is a magic camera that was cursed by a film crew dying in Italy, and now it just makes horrible film concepts into real life on whoever it's pointed at. So like it was like the file that they had for it or whatever was like this mailman was transporting the camera, but the box was pointed at him, and then all of a sudden like dogs just started chasing him or whatever.
Oh my god.
And like he could swear he saw a title card or something and out of the corner of his vision, something like that or whatever. And then the thing that I thought was like really good and like really core to original Control was they had an accompanying tape that was from a radio show called like Bob's Movie Room or something, where he's talking about watching the Mailman movie, and he's like, it's kind of weird, had a quick cut or whatever at the end, but I think it's really avant-garde or whatever. Like it's really good. Like 4 out of 5 stars. Fuck it.
That's
it
fun.
was like,
oh my god.
It was like a fun thing, but there's one. That was it. That was the one. Whereas like you go through Control and there's like 30 of those, right?
Yeah.
Like it was just like very like, okay, I would like to like experience things, because like most of the audio logs that you're running into as you go through this is like an older director, like I think 2 before the current one or something, and his son just leaving these audio logs that are like, oh, these caves are so fucked up. It's like a normal video games audio logs instead of like the Control ones that I've come to like expect, you know? Mm-hmm. Because like the thing about we always said about Control was that like we were actually reading all the stuff and like listening to all the stuff, whereas like in most games it became like very much like, okay, I get it, yes, it's very tragic that the ants attacked or something, like whatever. But like in Control, it's like, okay, but what the fuck happened to like the teddy bear or something? Like I want, it's like an SCP, like reading the SCPs, it's fun. But like there's nothing here. It's very dry and boring, and it was like a real bummer. But they did imply that they are connecting the universe with Alan Wake, I think, because they may have implied that the main boss enemy that you have to fight a bunch of times in base game Control, you know what I'm talking about, John? The former? The big tentacle eye monster?
Yeah.
They're implying that may be Thomas Zane from Alan Wake.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, and I'm very interested to see if that is in fact what they're doing, because they heavily implied it. And they did like some interesting things with the board, but like everything else in that DLC just feels very dry. Like I'm much more excited for the next one, but this one felt really weird too, because it just kept like the entire time all Jesse says is like, oh boy, I gotta be the director. Being the director is my job. And it's like, okay, you were saying like a lot of shit originally, and I kind of wish you would go back to saying a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun overall. I'll say that, but it's like, it's really hard to play a game like something like that when the base game was so good, and then this is like so like because like the Alan Wake DLC was cool as hell. Like it like started like really expanding on like the ideas of what they had like set up, right? Like they started doing like wacky environmental stuff and like more crazy manuscript shit, and then like
The manuscript.
I'm
gonna pop so hard as soon as I hear Alan Wake show up and talk about the fucking manuscript. I'm gonna go ape shit.
Just Jesse Faden voice. What is this about a manuscript?
Like, just start jumping on my bed.
Yeah. But like this just felt like a real step down. Like it felt like going through the motions of like what a better. Well, I really expected better from them.
That's a shame.
Yeah, which is like also like the other DLC that they have already done for this was like a horde mode, and it's like I don't know, guys. The thing I liked about Control wasn't a fucking horde mode.
Yeah,
like,
it's so weird that they did that. There is gonna be another DLC thing that I think is like gonna be a small thing before the Alan Wake.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, what is that one gonna be?
I don't know what it is, but I just know that they said that there were gonna be 4 pieces of DLC. The first one was the Horde mode, the second one was this, the third one was something else, and the fourth one was the Alan Wake one.
Huh.
I don't know. It could be more story. I don't know. It's not in front of me right now. I just remember that they said there were going to be 4 of them. So,
well, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I would take like just a very small like couple missions or something instead of like whatever if they had like some story content, because they had like this really good set piece. I know Niall hated it, and it. Boss fights in Control.
Not good.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I know about Control is the boss fights suck.
Well, they had this boss fight segment that was the real problem is just that the game does not checkpoint ever.
Yeah, that is the big problem with that game, is that they need to do better with checkpointing. Because, like, I still haven't finished Control. Just because, like, I just got sick and tired of taking ages to run back to where I was to just die again. It was so frustrating. Like, I want to do different things. I want to take care of these problems. I want to see the world. I want to fill out the codex and all that. But I have to keep running all over fucking no man's land to get to the friggin' boss fights again. It's like, I think I posted a video of it, where I was trying to fight the Mirror Jesse boss fight, and it takes you like a full minute and a half to get from where you spawn back to that fight, because it doesn't even checkpoint you in the mirror world. You have to it checkpoints you outside of the room where the mirror is, and then you have to run all the way into that room, then all the way through the mirror, then all the way back through that room, because it's the mirror version of the room, and then into 2 other rooms until you run into the boss fight again. It's fucking insane. Like, why would they do that? It's nuts.
So the thing that Niall hated, and I totally understand it because I got frustrated having to do it a few times, is that there is this sequence where you actually get that camera, you find that camera, and it films a little movie, and it plays a fucking banger synth track, I just want to say right now, like with a saxophone and shit. And you're just on these platforms, basically, and you're just going through this tunnel as the track plays or whatever, and you're fighting enemies that are called like C-rate villain and stuff like that or whatever. It's called like what's the quest? It's Jesse Faden in moving platforms, which is really good, but the song is like 6 minutes long, and so is the encounter basically, and there's no healing the entire time, and if you die, you go back to the beginning.
Oh boy.
And not just the beginning, you go to, like you said, John, a room outside. And then you have to rock back and stuff. And it's just like, why don't you just, put a halfway point? It's fine. I don't know. Honestly,
they really got lucky with how they, set up the combat in the friggin', I'm blanking on the area that we all liked a lot.
Oh, the ashtray maze?
Yeah, the ashtray maze. They are so lucky that they figured out the combat for just that one area. Because God, if I had to replay that shit over and over, I wouldn't have liked it as much. It's this really basic gameplay thing that they fucked up that makes me I do love that game. I love the world of that game, but I can't just like sing its praises, you know, like from the rooftops, because I'm just like, God, this game is really good. But also, you know, the combat isn't amazing, and if you die, you're gonna have to run across the map to get back to try again, which might be frustrating because, again, the combat isn't like stellar. It could be way better.
We need to go back to the days where Alan Wake is a fucking perfect game and nothing is wrong with it. Listen, do you remember anything horrible happening in Alan Wake like that?
I mean, the only thing the big weakness I would say about Alan Wake is that they put the true ending in the DLC, but that's like not. That's true. That's like barely an issue anymore because now they just sell it like with the DLC. Bundled, so right. It was just a problem when I played it on the 360 when I was in like middle school and I had to fucking, you know, wrestle with asking my mom to buy me 1,600 Microsoft points.
Yeah. See, that's the weird thing too, because like back then, like putting like required story content to fully grasp like the true form of the game was always like frowned upon back in the day, and now people just like, we want more.
Oh, it didn't stop them.
We want more though, but people are now like, we want more stuff. Make DLC for this game. We want it.
I mean, I love seeing an expansion of story in DLC. I like to see things continue. I'm not against that. You know, if I love a world, I'm fine revisiting it. But at the same time, like, if I'm paying $60 for, I mean, I don't think I paid $60 for Alan Wake, but if I'm paying money for a game, I want to like have some form of closure. You know, like there should be some kind of end point that feels somewhat satisfying, and the base game of Alan Wake absolutely doesn't have that. Like I like, obviously I knew that the DLC was, I'm pretty sure it was all out by the time I played that game, so I was like, it didn't feel that bad. But if I had played that game and it just left it like that without like me knowing that there was DLC, I would have been pissed. You know, people were pissed at Halo 2 for the way that game ended, and
oh, well, Halo 2's fun. Maybe, you know what? I think by the time I played Alan Wake's, I was already hopped up on the Twin Peaks shit, so yeah, I was like willing to accept anything.
Like, I recently watched all of Twin Peaks, Season 1, Season 2, The Return, and then I also, like, am a big, like, I really like Bloodborne, and it's like, I don't need any closure. Like, it's cool if you want closure. I don't need closure.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to think about it.
There are stories that are set up for that. Like the things that you're listing, I'm sure they sat down, or at the very, I don't know about Twin Peaks because I know that they were like planning on making more seasons or whatever, but at the very least I'm sure that like at some point there were concepts where it's like, okay, we can just end it here and this is where we want to end it.
Let me tell you, I don't think they made intentions. I think it has been proven multiple times that David Lynch does not fucking think ever.
I guess not.
He like people are constantly like, "What did you mean by this?" And he goes, "What?"
Yeah, basically. I can't imagine how many times that man has been asked like, "What is the significance of this in this scene?" And it's like, fucking you're supposed to put your own significance there. Think about it for yourself for a bit.
I respect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I think I was able to accept Alan Wake's ending. Because it's very much like the Twin Peaks one, where it's just like, damn, that's fucked.
Sure
and
is.
then they just finished it, though.
But they actually finished it,
yeah.
Oh, well.
I wonder if that was a case, because a lot of times you see things like, oh, they had to, like, we wanted to put this in the base game, but we had to release on this schedule, so we had to make a DLC for it. So
that's probably what happened with Alan Wake, given its development cycle. Like
probably.
We know, like it's really fucked up.
That's
right?
not always the case. I don't want to give people like free passes for that, but like sometimes it is the case, you know.
With Alan Wake, I think it's definitely the case because that was supposed to be an open world horror game, and then like halfway through development, they were like, "Fuck you! No, it's not."
Well,
they kept the Verizon billboard.
They did.
God.
And the Duracell batteries.
They sure did.
Oh, I'm sorry, Energizer.
Yes, it was Energizer. That's right. You don't besmirch the game.
Man, remember when Control said that the thermoses were magic?
Because they are. That's
so fucking good, though.
It's very good.
He just said the thermos is from Alan Wake Reimagined.
It's very good.
Man, Control rules.
I highly approve of that.
Yeah, like that's the stuff that I'm saying was really missing from the original DLC to get the new DLC to get back to that. It's just like there's like one altered world event they talk about or whatever, which are like fucked up things happening, and it's like the most boring one you can imagine. It's like a meteor hit a town and some Boy Scouts were there and they were like, oh fuck, lava's coming out of the meteor, and that was it. Like,
that just sounds like something that would happen. Like,
I know.
real.
Like, it doesn't even sound crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, thanks. And then there were like 3 other files about that, and I was like, okay. The thing that they felt like they could crutch everything on was that they have a ton of those letters. You remember the letters?
Yeah, where like you'd enter the room and it would be like you have to tap these buttons fast enough to pick up the letters.
No, not that one.
Oh.
The one where there were letters and it was like they were like dear Mr. President or whatever. The ant people are underneath the planet or something like that,
Sure.
and like stuff like that. Like they have like 30 of those or something.
I mean, those are
and
kind
it's
of
like,
fun.
They are, but when that's it, it's like very
Yeah.
I
Also, I'm gonna say, I might have said this on the podcast. I don't remember. I'll say it again though. The fact that they called it the foundation, and I know it's supposed to be like the foundation of the house. They called it the foundation. They are mooning the SCP wiki. Like they are just like, come and get us. Like I'm waiting. Like the third DLC is going to be called like securely contained or something like that. It's going to be like, you motherfuckers. Like
you don't have to worry. It's because it's called AW or whatever.
Well, no. Yeah,
like,
I mean the one that's before the Alan Wake one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they're just going to be like, come at us, all right? Some Russian dude almost took over your copyright just by claiming that he had it. What are you gonna do to us? Like that's just what Remedy's doing. Like fucking, they're just slapping their ass at.
I just realized.
Yeah.
The third expansion is called AWE, which is like Altered World Event.
Yeah.
But it could also be Alan Wake expansion. Holy shit!
You just realized that?
About that. I didn't know that until right now.
Oh, jeez.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It is good.
This is why I expect better from them, because they can come up with shit like that, you know? Like,
Well,
fuck.
maybe you know what, Rose? Maybe they're putting all their effort into that.
Maybe, yeah. They did just buy Alan Wake, so clearly that's their passion project.
Yeah, maybe they're just putting everything into that. And if they are, then fucking A, you know?
I will say that the best part of the expansion is that there is this side quest that they do not contextualize with any text or anything anywhere, where if you do a bunch of stupid bullshit in specific places, randomly a fucking lucky cat statue will appear.
That sounds good.
And you touch it and it goes "Meow," or whatever.
Oh my god.
And then later, if you go into those, those like hallways that are like floating in space or whatever that
Yes.
you go through to get through areas.
Yes.
Okay. There's like a cat at the end of one of those in the corner. And if you go there, all the cats that you find like gather up and form like 2 lines along the side, like a line of soldiers welcoming you. And then when you find them all, they open this door that's like, see, there's a cat too.
Oh yeah, there it is.
They open this door that leads to this room full of cats, and they just give you cat ears you can wear forever.
Great.
And I really liked that because it was not contextualized anywhere. Like, the game doesn't tell you anything about it. You find one file about the lucky cat or something, and then they're just like shit like, yeah, you fix a shower and then turn it on and the cat appears. Like,
Oh my god.
it's stupid shit like that. It was really good.
That is good.
It is good, yeah. Anyways, that's enough about Control, I think, in the Alan Wake or whatever.
Sure. The Alan Wake expansion.
Alan Wake expansion, fuck.
I'm not going to talk about Final Fantasy. That's all I've played recently, and it's just, y'all are going to have your million-year-long podcast.
Oh, let's talk a little about it. Come on.
I don't have anything to say about it. I was just going to mention it.
I saw you got the fucking Squat Sultan achievement on PSN.
I did.
Sultan of Squats, yeah.
I did. I beat that first try.
Wow.
Damn!
Yeah.
Wow, I was gonna say, isn't that a fucker? But damn, you showed me up.
I guess so. I mean, it just, I think I got lucky because the dude like fell right at the end, and then I just moved past him.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. It's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
No, that's better than me. It took me like at least 30 minutes.
God damn. Well, I did that. I don't know. It's fun. I'm in the best area in the game. I'm in the sewers, so
Oh,
that's
fuck
fun.
yeah. John in the sewers?
Yeah, I'm home.
What was going on with that guy at the beginning? Am I right? Isn't it weird? It's like
You show up in the
some
sewer and there's
weird
just like
boar.
a big motherfucker there, and you fight him.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of leaves, which is pretty good.
he does just fuck off. He never comes back. I want to tell you that. I'm sorry to spoil it, but for some reason he never comes back.
No, that's good. I think that's very funny. I was not expecting him to return. I was just like, I'm just glad. Like, it's very funny that you don't kill him. You just beat his ass, and then he's just like, well, all right, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go. All right. I respect that. I mean, I'm having a great time with it. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic video game, and I just wish that I had more of mental capacity to play it, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of going through it right now, so it's okay,
Yeah.
but I'll manage. And
It's a real off the walls game at least, so that
Yeah.
can probably help
It does
to an
help.
extent with just being like, what the did you do the sauce shit?
I did the sauce.
The sauce.
Like, what the hell is that?
They love that dude loves the sauce. He was so excited when you get him the sauce.
I really like when Cloud holds up the materia in that quest only, and
It's
just
super
like,
good. It's just
I've
like-
done this before.
it's
It holds
just
like a
like-
magic orb.
Use this materia to figure out what the buttons do. It's like, use the materia
Give
to
cooking
figure out.
advice.
Yeah, and it's like it just makes Johnny sick, which is very funny.
Johnny sucks. I just want to say that.
He
real
sucks,
quick.
but in a
He's-
very funny way. Like
sure.
I don't hate Johnny. I would not want to hang out with him, but I like seeing him from afar. He's very much just like a dumb dude bro who's trying his best, but it's just like, dude, you're never gonna get anywhere, dude. Just relax. Like, it's funny.
What do you think about the whole Cloud dress sequence? Wasn't that like off the rails?
It was very funny. I was, I had heard about it from everyone. I absolutely I've not played the original, so I just know the hearsay about how like it has aged like milk. But obviously I don't think it's perfect, but I think on the whole they have updated it to at least be somewhat sensible in 2020. And Aerith is like full on horny the entire time. Like
She's off the rails.
Like, I am kind of shocked that nobody had to tell her, like, hands on the table, because like she was like panting. She was like
yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
listen,
girl, all right.
Do you know how it happens in the original?
I do not. I like I said, I've just been told, like, people have just told me, yeah, this happens, and also there's some gross shit, and that's about it. That's all I know. I don't know how it goes down.
I'll tell you, it's very, very short abridged version, because I think you'll think part of it is funny. You have to get the part where the whole sauce quest is about the dressmakers, guy, right?
Yes, the dad.
So that was part of the whole getting the dress thing originally. And what you legitimately had to do is a man had diarrhea, and you had to help solve his diarrhea problem.
Okay.
In order to get an item to get the dress guy to make dresses again or whatever.
I mean, that's kind of what it was, except the dude didn't have diarrhea, he was puking, which I think they were like...
Yeah.
Maybe they were like, diarrhea is too immature, he's gonna be normal sick, and it's like, yo, live Moss, let the guy have diarrhea, it's fine.
Live Moss.
Yeah.
But also the main thing was that the whole reason is it started out of nowhere because Aerith just says, Cloud, you have to dress up like a girl. It's the only way.
It's the only
and
way.
That's all she says.
She's, you know what? She knows what she likes.
She was pretty twisted in the original too.
She knows what she likes. I respect that.
Yeah.
Like, live your dream. If you have the fucking chance to have a, I don't know how problematic it is for me to say this, but if you have the chance to have a femboy BF that you can dress up, fucking take that chance, Do what you can.
Inspiring.
Exactly. Aerith is living her life, and I think we all should do that in these days.
I like how Cloud has 3 different dress options.
Yeah.
I don't like how none of them are a maid outfit. Just gonna say that.
That's true. Maybe they were just scared of the energy that would release into the world.
It'd be too powerful.
Yeah.
You'd see MMDs for the rest of your life, basically.
I mean, one person, accidentally gave a fucking maid outfit to Raymond from Animal Crossing, and now people are charging $1,000 of real, actual USD to get that fucking cat in their Animal Crossing game. So, yeah, it probably would not have turned out very well if they had done that just on
but the difference
internet.
is Cloud would actually look good in it, and I'm kidding.
Damn!
I'm kidding.
Just firing it off.
Any Animal Crossing character is going to look good in a maid dress. That art style's just unimpeachable. That's just how it is. Anyway.
Barrett. Yeah. So I think Barrett's fun. I haven't seen him in a minute, which is a bummer.
Oh,
I like
sure.
him.
I didn't even think about that when I asked.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry.
I just think he's a fun character. He just the way that they have humanized him is super well done. I love how he's super scared of heights, and how easy it is for him to swing between I'm ready to throw down for the planet, and here's my kid. I am gonna be just this beam of sunshine for my daughter, and as soon as she's out of sight, I'll just be listen, you treat my daughter right. He's such a dad. He is a dad to his daughter. He's a dad to the planet. He's a dad to Avalanche.
To the planet.
He's just a capital D dad, and I appreciate him a lot.
Something that I think they really, really improved over how he is in the original, which is basically just a caricature.
Yeah, they just made him movie. Mr. T.
Yeah. I think he's really cute and charming the whole time. Especially later, you'll see he's just very funny and fun. But so one of the things I really appreciated that they did was that they made him actually feel like he is in fact the leader of an eco-terrorist cell. He is very educated on talking about let's say more socialist ideas and stuff like that. And it's really good in a way that, as opposed to the original where he just sort of said at exclamation point, number sign, etc. or whatever, fake swearing constantly because it's funny. But on the flip side of that, they just sort of made Tifa into this fucking feels like they just basically have her say things to make Barrett look smart sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but yeah, it is a bit she does seem more that she just kind of got roped into things instead of being I fully agree with Avalanche. I am. Yeah. She definitely seems like she's more roped in than anything. Barrett, again, like I said, Barrett is so adamant, I'm doing this for the planet. I'm doing this to save the world. I'm doing this to save the people, the humans on this planet. He cares so much. And, Tifa seems like she cares a little bit, but she also just has a lot of moments where she's just kind of I gotta do it for Avalanche, she just seems like she's a part of this group because she feels like she has to be a part of the group. And, if they explore that, that could be interesting, but they haven't done that at all so far.
I think the thing that made me that you'll see later is Shinra does a really fucked up thing or whatever later. And Tifa's response to it is just to go, we did this. And it's just Barrett's are you fucking kidding me? And I'm just yes, Barrett. Barrett has the normal response to that. But it's then I just sat there instead of being yeah, Barrett, you're right. I was just why did they make Tifa say that? It was just it was really ridiculous for her to say that. Yeah. I feel And they just sort of keep it up going later in the game. You'll see. I don't think like it's like, oh damn, this is too whatever, I don't know, centrist or anything, because I feel like there's an intent there. I just feel like I think that maybe they went too far. Because like I feel like it's really smart to make Barrett feel like he is this more like educated person. But like if it's at the cost of making Tifa look like an idiot, I don't.
Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Because it makes her just like more like distant from the rest of the group.
From the rest of the group, right? Exactly. Because like Cloud's not like a crazy fucking, you know, off the walls like commie or anything, but like.
But he gets more invested in the cause as time goes on, and he feels for the planet,
and he understands
and he wants to help.
Yeah. But like like even up to like the end of the game, it feels like they really just have her being there to be like, I'm your conscience or something like that in like the worst way.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, like if anyone was going to be like that based on how they're written in the original game, it was going to be her, but still.
Speaking of the original, you've been playing the original, right?
Yeah.
Just talk about it real quick.
Oh, what a game. Okay, just real quick, 'cause let me tell you, I'm not finished disc 1 yet, and I'm like 15 hours in. I'm like, oh, that's how video games were. Wild game. Love it. Absolutely love it. Really puts it into your mind that they merely just made a 37-hour game out of 2 hours of gameplay. That was in the original. 'Cause Midgar is really like 2 hours long. It's kind of crazy and impressive that they did that.
Yeah.
But all the shit after Midgar is so fucking good. It never stops. Like, you get the fucking, like, Cosmo Canyon where there's just this floating old man who takes you to his magic planetarium and shows you a CGI model of a man dying. There's, like, so many mini games. There's like fucking Vincent is introduced by you opening a coffin and he does a backflip onto the lid of the coffin. Like the fucking Yuffie is introduced by you just running into her as an enemy in the overworld and then having to choose the correct dialogue options to not hurt her ego so she thinks that she's cool enough to join. Like it's just full of such stupid bull. Rocket Town, where you fight Palmer, the old man. I don't know if you've seen him yet.
I don't think so.
You might have seen him at the. Did you look through any of the door holes in the Honeybee?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, there's this old man running around or whatever in one of those rooms. His name is Palmer. He's just this old man. He looks like an egg.
Okay.
You fight him in a boss fight at one point. And this is one of my favorite boss fights, because he is just a man, and he is dancing the entire time, like as if he's taunting you, and he just has a normal gun, and he shoots it at you, and that's his only move.
Great.
And he just dances around. Sometimes he slaps his ass at you.
Okay.
And then the boss fight ends because he goes, "Ha, I'm out of here," and he runs out into the street and gets hit by a car.
Yep.
Okay.
It's really fucking good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that, like, just stupid bullshit like that is happening nonstop. Like, they'll be talking about, like, how sad everything is that the environment is so bad, and then, like, you'll fight a cartoon dragon or something, or a magic ghost that just uses an attack called, like, Sleeple or something, and it's just like, okay.
Look, I mean... We got 2 words for you. Just Hell House.
Hell House is fantastic. Like, every enemy is like Hell House. Guess what? I fought an enemy called Big Tank. You want to know what it was?
Was it a big tank?
No, it was a Triceratops with treads.
Yes.
All right.
I remember that. You also fight the Joker sometimes.
You fight the Joker sometimes, and the Joker just does a move sometimes where he just heals you.
That's nice of him.
There's also an enemy called Yin and Yang, where sometimes they either blow up and kill you, or they just heal you for a ton of health.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, either way, once they do one of those things, they're gone. They die. And it's just like, damn. There's an enemy that's like called like Eggy or something. I forget what it's called. It's like Hack Egg or something. And it just keeps opening up like a Russian doll. And, like, it keeps going into levels of junior with the names, where it's like, the first one's like Hack Egg Junior, and then there's Hack Egg Junior Junior, and then there's Hack Egg Junior Junior Junior, and it's like...
In a lot of older Final Fantasy games, there's always, like, one or two, like, gimmick enemies, and in 7, they were just like, what if every enemy was a gimmick enemy?
Yeah, so I
was reading about it.
Yeah, no, I was reading about it, and basically the idea was, and the reason why so many FF7 enemies are fucking insane, is because it was the start of of Square's, like, 3D game design, right? Like, their three-dimensional stuff. So they were, like, trying to teach people how to make models, and they were like, just make fucking anything. Like, make the craziest thing you can think of. And they were like, what if it's a house that has dynamite coming out of it, or something like that? Like, yeah. What if it's a fucking... What if it's a fucking the Joker? What if it's the Joker?
What if it's just the Joker?
What if it's whatever the fuck Ruby weapon is?
God.
Like, it's fucking off. Like, they just, everything is crazy unique. Like, compare that to any other Final Fantasy game, to be honest. And, like, most Final Fantasy games after 7 or before 7 all have, like, recolors of enemies and stuff.
Right.
7 does not. It never stops. It just has, like, the most insane shit never ending. And it's not a hard game or anything. That's the main thing I want to say. If, like, anyone's ever thinking of playing it, it is not a hard game. It is very, very easy. I think that it's incredible. Cat Sith is an incredible... I'm sorry, Cat Shi is an incredible character. I'm very excited to see him in the remake.
That was the thing I wanted to bring up about the remake. So obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake is not the full remake of Final Fantasy VII Original. There's gonna be like FF7R2 like next year, later, or like the year after that. Do you think they just put Crisis Core in there somehow?
Based on, I don't want to get into spoilers, so let's just say probably not.
Okay.
Also, I don't think that they will probably ever do Crisis Core again, because they'll have to pay Yacht money again, and it's probably not a small amount of change, let's say.
Right. God, I forgot about that. What about Dirge of Cerberus, though?
No one wants... They would have... That should have gotten a remake, let me tell you. That should have been fully redone, because that is one of the worst games I have ever played in my life.
Wow.
It's not good. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen it.
It's not good. Nothing about it's good. The story's bad. The aesthetics are bad. The gameplay's bad. It's all bad. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog, except worse.
Okay.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII's a hell of a game, and I really recommend it if you're like really interested in going back to it now, because it's like I said, this whole remake stuff you'll get through in like 2 hours, and then you will not believe the shit that happens. You literally will not believe the shit that happens.
Yeah, I mean, maybe after I finish the remake, I'll think about doing it, because, like, I don't know.
You'll think it's fucking funny, John. You will, like, lose your mind.
I'll probably think it's funny, and then also I will just want to kind of compare now, because I love this remake.
Yeah.
So, hey... I'll give it a go, maybe.
Get to the end, it's going to be like, I can't believe they had Sephiroth shit and fart at the same time.
Yes!
I think, like, the best way I can sum up how FF7 is that in the span of 2 minutes, you get the dramatic truth of Barrett's past, and he has to reckon with a truly tragic event happening to him where he looks up to the sky and goes, "No!" And then literally you immediately go and do a funny chocobo race where it's playing I Went to Alabama with a banjo on my knee.
That's a good game.
In this like 3-dimensional rainbow hellscape that looks like a bad Mario Kart level, and you're just riding on this chocobo really fast.
Sounds
and
good
then
to me.
You get a letter from a man in a Speedo named Dio who says that he's sorry for sending you to prison and that he's giving you a magic car.
That's good. That's nice of him.
And this all happens in the span of 2 minutes.
It's good.
It never stops. Like, I'm really just amazed constantly. Like, I think that, like, there are a lot of games that made a bad transition to 3D, and I think Final Fantasy may have made the best possible one you could ever make, because they did not stop, and they just let anyone do fucking anything.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, how about I hit a little news? How about I hit a little
sure.
news here? So, we got some information from leaks on more Pokemon stuff, and you may be thinking, John, how the heck is there more Pokemon leak stuff? They've done that like 5 times already. Well, I guess the people that dug up those old leaks dug up some more stuff, and there's even more information about Gold and Silver out there that we did not know about. Kind of hard to talk about this as an audio podcast, but there were some Pokemon on here that have not been shown before, like even in those leaks previously. So there's some brand new stuff here. There's like a Scorpion that I guess is like what Gligar was originally going to be. Natu and Xatu had like a middle evolution at some point. There's like this fucked up looking like lion. Let me just keep looking at this. I don't know. There's like a koala. Yeah, it's a big koala. There's like a bagworm Pokemon that just looks like Burmy, and then Wormadam. I think that's kind of what that turned into. There's a friggin' skeleton dinosaur that has a gigantic long face that looks like shit. I'm glad that didn't exist. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on here. It is pretty overwhelming just scrolling through all this. But I would recommend you check that out. It's at gssource.neocities.org/sprites. I'd say just scroll through that and check those out. I think there's more information that's like being dug up because people are going through it, and people know that this is legit because along with that information, they actually like posted the source the source code of the game, and like even more stuff. Like I think they're uploading more stuff like as we speak. Like I was just looking at the site, and I just like open it up again, and they have like I think they just uploaded all the back sprites. There's a bunch of old like 1997 back sprites, which that's pretty crazy to think about. That Gold and Silver was like in a playable state in 1997. It's even some trainer sprites on here from 1997. Damn, there's fucking there's Bugsy. Looks like shit.
God.
Bubsy.
Wasn't there also like older versions of actually existing Pokemon in those leaks too? Because I think I saw like a Celebi one that looks like just like a really like fucked up Kodama.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they should have just gone with that design for Celebi, to be honest. It's way more interesting than just we made Mew but green and a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Onion.
It's an
onion fairy.
An onion.
We could have Onion Kodama though. That's all spooky.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get the rest in peace, you fucking onion fairy post, which I love and think about all the time.
Oh
it's
shit!
It's so sad when it dies. What?
Hang on, someone in the Discord server, our Discord server, just posted. I think Imakuni was going to be in Gold and Silver.
Oh shit! Oh
fuck! Oh, they should have put him in. Shit!
Yeah, they should have.
Man, that's fucked up.
That was like the first instance. Because did you play the trading card game?
Oh, absolutely.
Game?
Absolutely, I played that game.
And it's like, that was the first time I was like introduced to the concept of, oh, we can put like joke shit in a game that doesn't actually like work with the game itself just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because up until that point, like every video game I had played as a kid was just like very like by the numbers. Like you play Mario, you collect coins, you stump on enemies, you get the star, you go to the end of the level.
Yeah.
And then Imakuni shows up in this game and he's like, I'm going to play this is a card game. Video game, and I'm gonna play a deck that has a bunch of cards that just do like wild wacky shit it's not helpful, it's just stupid and funny.
It's
good.
I
was like, this is good. More games need to do this.
He's a real man. Did you know that?
Yes, I know. I know he's a real man.
He's still out there. and he just like play. Well, obviously not right now. He's not, but like he just like
maybe he is. We don't know.
yeah, maybe he's just roving around the fucking like uninhabited streets of Japan right now. But no, he would just like go around and challenge kids to Pokemon trading card game fights, and then he would give them badges. He's just this fucked up weird man
That's
that would play the
twisted.
TCG game. Yeah,
They need to put Imakuni in everything. Smash, Fortnite, TF2. I don't care.
oh my
He needs
god,
to be everywhere.
I would flip the fuck out. Like, give him a spirit at least. I want to see him as a spirit in Smash.
Yeah.
I would flip out. Who is cuter, Pikachu or me? That's what he asks you.
God.
But yeah, so there was that leak, and that's more of an interesting, fun leak because it's not scaring anybody. But in other leak news, the source code for CS:GO and TF2 leaked, and that was a little scary.
Well, older versions of the source code got leaked.
Yeah, so it was source code from I guess like 2017. And I guess it had actually
2018.
leaked in 2018 as well, and just nobody noticed. Valve said that all this stuff is super out of date, so it's not going to break anything. But for a hot minute, people were worried, and there might have actually been some instances of, like, remote code execution exploits and some other, like, little weird hacking scenarios in the game because of the source code. I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, I think right now it's definitely safe to play TF2 or Counter-Strike or whatever source game you want to play. But yeah, it was like a day or two where it was like, oh shit, your stuff might get erased. Be careful.
Yeah, there's a bit of drama associated with it too, but I don't think we need to really dig into that.
Yeah, it seems like someone who was in the modding community leaked it, and that person used to be associated with the Valve News Network guy, and so people were like blaming him for it, and it was absolutely not his fault. So that's kind of what happened. It was just like some person who I think he got kicked out because he was a racist, and then he was like, well, fuck y'all, I'm gonna leak a bunch of shit. But it's not even... I mean, I guess it might be a little useful. Maybe people can dig through the source code and find some cool stuff, just like we did with Pokemon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Valve's gonna update that shit. Like, there's all kinds of information. Like, I don't even know. I hadn't heard about fucking some of the stuff that I guess Valve was like in the process of working on before they tossed it out. Like, apparently they were just gonna like straight up make like the quote unquote gender bend version thing. They were gonna put in an update where it was just like, yeah, we're just gonna make like female versions of the 9 classes, and you were just gonna be able to play as them.
That would have been neat.
Yeah, like, I guess that was something they were working on, but then they were like, or we could just not do it and just leave TF2 how it is and not have to spend any money on it and then just make money off of people selling hats forever. And so they just did that. So,
Yeah.
Whatever, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
Still haven't finished that comic.
And they never will.
Yeah, people keep saying that they're optimistic about the future of Valve, and I'm like, man, but after Alex came out, and I'm like, I don't.
But you know what? You know what is good? Other people taking up Valve's work and doing great things with it, which is my great segue into my playing of Black Mesa recently.
Sure, yeah.
So Black Mesa's a remake, like a Final Fantasy VII remake of the original Half-Life 1. And good goddamn, that is the best Half-Life game out there right now that doesn't require like a VR set to play.
Mm.
It, like, if you are a diehard like Half-Life 1 fan and you like bunny hopping through corridors and whacking people with crowbars, like, you might still like some things about old Half-Life 1, like the very old engine, more than Black Mesa, but Black Mesa is just... It kicks the shit out of, like, Half-Life 2 and both of the Half-Life 2 episodes. It's just, it feels better, the guns feel better, like, The UI is much nicer. It's so good.
I have to say that it's not hard to be much better than Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which I think has aged the worst out of any of them, in my opinion.
I think both. I think the entire Half-Life 2 trilogy is just kind of bad, to be honest.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, I will say that. But I did play it semi-recently, and I still had pretty fun with Half-Life 2 and most of Episode 1. But then, like, all of Episode 2, I was like, ugh.
The parts I like about Episode 2 are the parts up until you have, like, the car.
Yes.
And then,
yeah,
like, the starting part of having the car is great, and then, like, the last half of it is just bad. I don't like the weird tower defense thing.
No, it's really not good.
It's not great. And then, like, Episode 1 is fine, but the weird thing about Episode 1 is, like, you start off only having the gravity gun, which is fine, because that's the thing that I feel is, like, Half-Life 2's biggest weakness, is they built the game around the gravity gun, because it's this really cool thing, and, like, back then, like, it was this cool thing, like, oh, this game has, like, a really robust physics engine, and you can, like, interact with it with this cool gun. But, like, you start off with a gravity gun, and then, like, almost towards the end of Episode 1, they give you the crowbar again, and it's really weird, because, like, at that point, like, you don't need the crowbar for anything. You can just use the gravity gun for every situation where you might want the crowbar.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, they gave him the crowbar because he's Gordon Freeman, and he has to have the crowbar because it's Half-Life. And that's how I feel about Half-Life 2 as well, because, like, in Half-Life 1, like, you had a crowbar because it was just, like, what was on hand at the time. You were just scrounging weapons and building up an arsenal as you were trying to fucking escape the facility. And then in Half-Life 2, they give you the crowbar to start with, and that's fine. It's your first weapon. And then, like, they give you the gravity gun. But, like, the whole point you're playing through Half-Life 2, it's like, oh, shit, man, it's Gordon Freeman, wow. And you're like, why does everybody know why am I suddenly a Messiah character now? All I did was, like, push a rock into a laser and then escape from a facility.
That makes you God.
Apparently. And then the other weird thing about Half-Life 2 is, so there's, like, these, like, caches of, like, supplies you can get that are marked with, like, the Lambda logo, because that's what that's what everybody knows Half-Life is. It's about the Lambda logo. Because the last half of Half-Life 1 is you going through, like, trying to reach the Lambda complex. And then, like, all the Resistance members have, like, Lambda on their, like, uniforms, because it's, like, the symbol of the Resistance. And then, like, whenever you get one of those caches, you get, like, a point towards an achievement to find all the caches. And it felt very, like, yeah, this is an early 2000s video game. It's like they made, like, a game, and then, like, the sequel that's like, oh, well, let's take all the things that everybody liked about it and then just hyper-focus on those things specifically. So, but I didn't really like Half-Life 2, replaying it. It was, like, the first FPS game I played, really.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd watch my dad play, like, Half-Life 1 and Counter-Strike and Team Fortress Classic. But when I actually got my hands on a game, Half-Life 2 was the first one, and I really liked it. But going back after playing decades of more refined first-person shooters, the guns feel bad. The only ones that feel good are the shotgun and the revolver.
I have a controversial take for you, which is that I think all Source Engine guns feel bad forever.
Wow.
Can you name one that feels good?
The revolver in Team Fortress 2.
Okay. You know what? Sure.
But here's the thing. In Black Mesa, all the guns feel really good.
Okay.
They,
well,
like,
Valve didn't make that, so.
Yeah, Valve, see, that's the thing. Black Mesa fucking rules. They actually have, like, custom running animations for all of the weapons. And they have, like, they completely, like, built the whole game from the ground up, basically. Like, they're still the same set pieces. And if you played the games back to back, you'd see, like, oh, in Half-Life 1, they just, like, have, like, box rooms that have, like, a table. But then, like, in like, Black Mesa, they've, like, completely fleshed out the space. And they've made it more, like, modern looking. Like, the Black Mesa research facility has never looked as good as it has in Black Mesa. And then the big thing is, this game's been in development for most of, like, the last decade. And I had played it up until, like, the part where you go to through the teleporter and you go to the last part of the game, which is, like, Zen, the border world.
Yeah.
And in Half-Life 1, that place just kind of sucks. I think somebody has described it as being like all of the worst Quake levels back to back. But in Black Mesa, they have fleshed out Zen, so instead of it being like a 1 hour finale with weird fucking platforming, it's like a 4 hour like storyline. Because there's a part where you're like going through like an old like research like hub, kind of like, and you're seeing like these researchers who are like working on things, and they're like, there's like a board, there's like a whiteboard, and they've tallied like, okay, these are how many specimens we have in this facility, and they've like named they've named the things like Bull Squid or like Rowdy Boy or something, and it's really good. So, but if you ever wanted to like get into Half-Life at all, Black Mesa is like, in my opinion, the best place to start. It feels really good, and it plays really good. So,
all right.
I think Half-Life has been permanently ruined for me forever by VR or AI, but self-aware or whatever. I think like I'm fucked now. Like I can never take it seriously ever again without thinking of the Dr. Coomer.
Oh man, I love Dr. Coomer and Bubby.
I love Benry
and Benry.
Yeah,
and Tommy.
I love them all. What are you talking about?
Sunkissed.
Sunkissed.
Dr. Bubby.
I want like
Bubby.
I have never wanted any merchandise from Half-Life, but if they made like plushies of those scientists, I would maybe consider
The
getting
science team plushie set.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Gotta have the science team.
Don't fuck with them.
And like I can give Tommy all the soda he wants.
It helps you see faster.
Oh boy.
Press all buttons to activate Devil Gut mode.
Devil Gut mode. Yeah,
we won't turn into a recitation of all
Yeah.
these bits, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Rose, what else have you been playing? You got one more thing on here, two more things actually, but do you want to just go through those real quick?
Yeah, so I have one that's very, very quick, which I just want to talk about. You know the game Darkest Dungeon?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
They're just making a fucking PvP mode?
What?
What?
Yeah, so I was very excited when I was going through when I was opening Steam to play a different game that I'll talk about after this. And the Steam has the little news bulletins at the top now, or whatever, and they were just like, hey, Darkest Dungeon's getting a free DLC pack, and I was like, oh, alright, that sounds pretty fun, that'll give me an excuse to play the other one that I didn't play, or whatever, and I was like, alright, yeah, let me, and then it's like, it's a free PvP mode, online combat, and I was like, what? Like...
That's nuts.
They were like, oh, when we made this game, one of the things we thought about was how cool it'd be to do PvP, and I was like, really? Like,
sure?
Like, and then I posit this theory, which is, listen, no offense to any of the developers if you're out there, I'm sure it's fine, and I'm glad I hope you had fun making it, but I feel like these indie teams get too reckless these days when they're like, fuck it, let's just do this thing, because it's just like, I don't know nothing about Darkest Dungeon made me go, yes, I want to compete against another person with this.
Yeah.
Like...
That seems like a really weird way to
That's bizarre.
design that.
It's probably a middle ground between, one, not doing it at all, and two, making an entirely new game with the same engine that's just like PvP focused.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just like, I don't turn-based PvP stuff outside of card games doesn't seem like it goes great.
I mean, the only time I've ever gotten close to stuff like that is with Pokemon, and even then I don't really like it too much because it's very much like a predicting game.
Yeah.
Rather than like a predicting and reacting. Because like you have to predict so much in Pokemon, and if you don't, you just lose.
It's weird. So yeah, that was strange. That was a strange thing that happened.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah. But anyways, the real thing I've been doing is I've been playing One Step from Eden, which is the Mega Man Battle Network inspired roguelite.
Yeah, talk about this a little bit, because this is crazy that it exists.
It's very good. So basically, the way I would describe it is like, it's like if Mega Man Battle Network was not made for a target audience of like, you know, young like young adults, let's say. I'd say that's the best one. Like teens. Like much more, it's like very much more intense. It's more complicated. It's more fast. Like it's basically like, hey, do you like Battle Network? Well, here's like what you want distilled down to an extent.
And boy, do people want and love Battle Network.
Let me tell you, I am very high on the list of people who are desperate for a Battle Network 7.
I think it's like
anything.
The ratio is 1 to 2 of people who like Battle Network and people I know.
The Battle Network's fucking great, okay? And like, you know, the unfortunate thing about One Step from Eden is that it does not have any of the story or anything of Battle Network, but I think it does have the good, it did capture the music to an extent, which I really appreciate. It's a lot of like very like techno vibe stuff. It's good. But yeah, it's fun. Like I think you unlock a lot of stuff pretty regularly. Like the way it works is you finish a run and then like a level up bar fills up and it unlocks more like battle chip equivalents and stuff or whatever. So the next run, like you'll have more stuff to have access to, or a new character, or a new starting loadout and stuff like that. And I think like all of the characters are really cool for the most part. They all have like really interesting gimmicks that make them feel like completely different from each other. Whereas like, so like, roguelite example, in The Binding of Isaac, all the characters are basically the same, but they have a different little gimmick, like a starting item or a stat difference. For these, it's completely different. Like it is all the way different, each character. Like, one, like all of their right trigger, you hold down the right trigger or whatever, and it does different things. Like the first character you unlock is just a Mega Buster, basically, right? Like they're just pew pew pew. But then like other ones have like Torbjorn's fucking art. Well, not Torbjorn. Let me become a real gamer for a second. TF2 Engineer Wrench, and you basically like have a bunch of turrets in your deck, and you set them up and then hit them with the thing to make them stronger and stuff like that, which is fun.
Okay.
There's like a Earth Mage who you use, who just like is focused entirely on breaking the tiles and stuff, so that you can like pincer in enemies.
Break the targets.
Yeah, break the targets. There's a ice girl who just like skates across an entire row, and depending on how much frost you apply to them, which is like an effect you can put depending on certain cards you get or whatever, you can just like do a ton of damage with one hit of that. So it's a lot more focused on like building up that and then doing one big attack instead of a bunch of little attacks when you can. Yeah, they just all feel really different from each other in a really cool way.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think the starting character has a really good thing for like if you're just getting used to the game, which is the default loadout for it is just you have one life, basically. You have an extra life. So if you die, you just like respawn instantly. Which is pretty good when you're getting to grips with that sort of game, right? Because it's like, it sucks to start a roguelike for the first time and just die immediately because you don't know what you're doing. So I think that sort of second chance thing is really good design. There's another, I think a lot of the bosses are really designed cool too, because all the bosses you fight are the other characters and they do their gimmicks and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And some of them feel like the design is really good. Like it feels like almost like MMO raid boss style stuff, like where it's like they're doing like a fun little gimmick, nothing like super complicated or anything, but like, the one I really, really liked is there's a musician girl, and her gimmick is that all of her attacks are timed to the song that's playing for her battle. And you have to like move on certain tiles to the beat of the music to generate a shield to protect from all her attacks or whatever, which is like, that's fun. It's really cool because it like means like you do this while you're also doing like your attacks and stuff, and it's like a nice little thing. It's cool. I really like this game. But also, as I was workshopping with friend of the site Wheels, I just want Battle Network 7. Because there is so much potential these days. Let me tell you, we were talking about how incredible. It could be people will just be posting memes on the BBSs in the Battle Network 7, right? Like imagine like the type of like tweet content that would exist there now.
Yeah.
Like think how fucking good it would be. Like they already sort of did some creepypasta shit like in Battle Network 3, but they would double down on that, right? Because now it exists more. Like think how much fucking good shit they could do in Battle Network 7. It'd be so good. They don't make games like that anymore.
They really don't.
They don't. We don't get, I just want to say, we don't get any fun RPGs anymore. Like, I love JRPGs, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it's like, everything has to be the same exact fucking format one way or another, right? Like, Tales games are fucking Tales games. Fucking Final Fantasy games are almost always different, but also we get one of them every 7 years now.
Souls games are always Souls games.
Souls games are always Souls games. Fucking everything else is just the same fucking format that Final Fantasy was in for like 20 years. It sucks. We don't get anything like Battle Network. We don't get like anything like fucking, I don't know. It's not a good game, but Digimon World, for an example.
Watch your fucking mouth, Frozen.
I just mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, the novel mechanics and shit that they do in that. Like, they suck, but I would at least want to see them try like that, you know?
Just be careful what you wish for. The monkey's paw is gonna
want
curl.
them to just... I just want to play a game where all the protagonists who are human are just constantly having to go to the bathroom and you have to manage it, but you can get a portable toilet at some point in the game and give it to them.
You have zero time to actually raise them because they're too busy either needing to eat gigantic bone-in meat slabs or taking gigantic dumps. And also, if you don't get them to the toilet fast enough, then they shit on the floor and the shit stays there for the rest of the game.
Are we talking about RPGs or The Sims?
I mean, I'm talking about friggin' Digimon World, which...
No, you know what? More fucking RPGs should be like The Sims.
Sure.
Hey, what? Real quick, I only took a little bit of a swing at it, but why does the Bravely Default 2 demo fucking suck?
So does it?
Yeah.
I started it up, and they introduced the Elvis character, and I thought he was annoying, and then like a month later, the guy who played him liked the tweet, and I didn't feel bad for saying it, but I was like, bro, what's good? What's good, dude? Do you have a problem, or are you just kind of like...
Oh, I have a problem.
Yeah?
Oh, no, does he... Were you saying him? Oh, sorry,
him.
I got
But no,
confused.
I mean, to talk about your problem now.
My problem is just that, so I like the girls, first of all, I want to say that. Really nailed it. Both those girls, great. That has nothing to do with my problem. What they just changed like so much shit. Like the new like turn order shit is so bad. And like the way that enemies are just like everywhere, and then like the weird grass shit, like what the hell? I don't know, that's all I wanted to say. Why does it suck? I hope they fix it. I hope they just make it like Bravely Default again, because there's nothing wrong with the system, it's just how they implemented it.
Who knows?
Man, fucking reading those interviews where they were talking about how like Bravely Second was disappointing or whatever. Like I've read the full translation, so I understand where they're coming from. But seeing them say shit like Bravely Default was perfect is the most fucking scary thing you can fucking see those developers say. Like, what's the fucking number one thing everyone says about Bravely Default? Damn, it's good, but the fucking last half really ruined it.
Yeah, and like I liked the last half, but also I completely understand where people are coming from when they say they don't like it.
It's also, I think it's just implemented badly is the problem. I think it's a good idea, but it's just not done very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most people did not like it.
Yeah.
And like the idea that they're like, yeah, perfect game, we need to do that again is like, oh god, guys, please don't.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, do something else in that space. That's not just that thing again.
Let's see here. I think we just got like two other bits of news here. Oh, well, okay, yeah. There's like two more little bits of news, and then Spencer, there's like one bit of big news that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's see here. There's not going to be a WWE game this year, much to, I guess, Scott's chagrin.
No.
I mean,
Isn't everybody still just playing 2K19 anyway? Because 2K20 is still, like, horrible.
Look, don't ask me. The people that buy those games have a very specific illness, and that illness is just... Okay, because here's the thing with those games. Sometimes these folks get really into, like, just simulating shit. And those games, when they update, like, the moves and all that. And that's what's really important to a lot of the people that play these games that are, like, really serious about it. It's like, I want to make my character have these moves of this wrestler who is, like, a popular wrestler today.
Mm-hmm.
Which I respect, in a sense. But I just feel so bad that, like, they have to friggin' play this, you know? Like, it's a shame. But yeah, so WWE's not doing that this year. There was a rumor that came out from Justin Leeper, who used to write for the 2K franchise. He was also a game journalist back in the day, and he also did motion capture for Death Stranding. He claimed he basically said what WWE eventually said after a couple of days. Said that there wasn't going to be a 2K game this year, but then he said that 2K was going to publish a more arcade-style WWE game from a different developer that is not Visual Concepts. And then WWE actually did say, I think earlier today, that they're going to announce something on Monday, so probably, I mean, this comes out on Sunday, but, like, we'll probably mention it next week. I'm going to guess they're probably going to just make, like, some kind of arcade beat-em-up kind of thing or something. Something real cheap and quick to make.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's good that they're taking a break, but also there's going to be new consoles next year, and that just tells me that they're probably going to restart everything, because that's what they did last time, and that's, like, that was the big problem, was that I think people, like, I think it was, like, WWE 2013 or whatever, that was the last one that was on, like, PS3, 360 and all that. I feel like I was seeing people saying, like, yeah, no, this is, like, pretty okay, you know, like, obviously it's not perfect, but this is, like, what you would expect from a wrestling game, and then they went up to the PS4 and they, like, dropped everything, and they've been slowly building it back up, and obviously they're, you know, 2K20 was a complete disaster, but it seemed like they were, like, trying to catch up with, like, all the modes and shit, and now it's like, oh, they're probably just gonna have to throw out all the modes again for whatever PS5 and Series X game comes out. I feel really bad for people that just want, like, a 3D wrestling game, you know, like, obviously Fire Pro is out there, but it's not the same. You don't get that like level of, like, graphics, and, you know, you don't get to experience a lot of, like, the official stuff where it's just like, hey, here's the WWE characters, here's, like, a story mode creator, here's, like, all the stuff that I would want to make with, like, 3D models, and I get to, you know, make funny characters. Like, you can do some stuff with Fire Pro, but, you know, you want to have 3D, wacky, goofy, fun characters. You want to do it with the WWE game, and you just can't really do that right now.
Recreating Dr. Robotnik just isn't the same if it's not 3D.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get where people are coming from.
Yeah. And Animal Crossing updated. Like I said, I know that everyone's kind of getting pissed at Animal Crossing, but, you know, maybe it'll be okay. Because they mapped out some of the new features. So let's see what we're going to have. Let's see here. They said that... Well, the update already actually came out. So the Earth Day celebrations... Or I don't think it's called Earth Day. It's something like that. But there is...
Nature Day?
Nature, yeah, some shit like that. Whatever it is. I'm just going to say Earth Day. There's an Earth Day event where Leaf the Sloth shows up in your town, and you can buy hedges to use as like fencing, basically, or however you want to use them. And also, I think you could sell your weeds to him for extra money, and buy different flowers, etc., etc. You could do all that, and then I think you also get some bonuses for like how well maintained your island is from him. So that's that event. Also, Crazy Red is back. Everyone's favorite fox who rips you off is back around, and since he's around, you can buy paintings and other like art off of him. If you recall, there's that like little patch of beach at the top of your island that just kind of seemed to be there for no reason. His boat will show up there, and you can go up there and buy paintings and statues, etc., from him. But they're gonna let you buy shit from him, which is interesting. I think they're gonna let you like look at the items to see if they're fake or not, which is useful. So that way you're not just like it's not a coin toss. It's gonna actually be like, oh hey, I can actually try to figure out if this is fake. So that's good. You're not wasting like 5,000 bells each time. And then on top of that, once you buy the first painting or sculpture or whatever, you bring it to Blathers, and then the next day the museum will go through a renovation. So you'll have a whole new wing of the museum where you can go and look at all the art. So that's nice.
So I always hated this part of Animal Crossing. So let me correct myself. Okay. I like, in theory, the idea of having to identify art forgeries and stuff that they make you do. I love it. Especially, I don't know if you've seen some of the shit that they're doing now in New Horizons, where like sometimes like the paintings will blink or some shit.
I saw that.
Like, unreal. That's great. I hate how drip fed it is instead of compared to everything else. Like, there's obviously the problem when you're completing the museum because like it'll at least take a year. Because of all the fish and bugs and stuff. But like, you at least feel like you're making some progress over time. The fucking paintings is 1 a week. Like, I wish they had stepped that up a little, maybe. Like, maybe at least had him have a chance to have more than one that's not a fake. Because I really, really like the idea. It's just like, it takes so long, and my completionist soul hurts so much knowing that it's
I feel like this game is so drip fed. It is so slow constantly. I get exhausted just thinking about like how long it takes to do anything, unless you are going just completely in on that game, and you shouldn't do that because then you'll just get burnt out. Let's see here. There are some other things that they talked about. In May, they are introducing a new mystery island where Rover is there. I don't think they really said exactly what will go down on the island. It seems like there's going to be some kind of like new like maze event courses. Because I guess Rover's gonna have like a May Day tour thing. It's going to be May 1st to the 7th.
I thought it was going to be like, hi, I'm Rover, and welcome to Total Trauma Island.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. He has a campfire there, which I think kind of signifies like being able to recruit villagers. So who knows? Maybe if you do all the stuff that he wants you to do, maybe he'll move into your town, which would be wild.
I like Rover. He's my icon on my Switch.
Yeah, he's cute.
Oh, Rover's a friend. Yeah.
There is also going to be International Museum Day, which is not a day, it's like 2 weeks. But there will be some form of event at the museum where there's a stamp rally, so if you can collect a bunch of stamps, you can trade them in for prizes. They didn't say what the prizes were, they didn't say what exactly you're doing in the museum, but you will get some stamps and you will get rewards for participating from the 18th to the 31st.
You're spending a night in the museum.
Ooh. I hope I get to meet Ben Stiller.
Hey,
Yes.
you know what fucked me up? I realized that through this stamp rally, I have experienced. Yeah, I mean, I've known about stamp rallies for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I knew about it forever. It took me until this update where I was thinking really hard about stamp rallies to realize Pokemon games are probably meant to be stamp rallies, huh?
You think so?
I mean, you go around getting those 8 things.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kind of
Like,
are.
and it's a kid's game, and
Yeah.
like, you know, those are usually for kids. Like, I was like, oh, fuck.
That makes sense.
I did that in...
Yeah.
What's funny is I kind of did that in Epcot as a kid because...
Yeah, same.
Because, like, I had, like, a lanyard that had a bunch of, like, different flags of each of the countries in Epcot, and I would just go around and, like, trade badges with, like, staff members or whatever to get, like, one of each flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And finally in June is wedding season, where you go to Harvey's Island and take anniversary photos with Reese and Cyrus, who were the alpacas from New Leaf that helped you customize furniture, but they aren't unnecessary because you can customize your own furniture now.
Ugh, that's so sad.
Yeah, just, I guess, fuck them. But yeah, you get, like, wedding-themed items, and, you can just take pictures of them. So, I don't know. That's something. And then they're also giving you, like, new Nook Miles challenges. Like, for example, like, since the Earth Day stuff has already started, there's, like, new special Nook Miles challenges, like, for planting trees, or, planting flowers, or planting hedges and all that. So it's more ways for them to get you involved with the events where they want you to actually actively participate. So that's nice. Yeah, that's what's coming to Animal Crossing. It seems like little drip-fed content, but it's content. It's more stuff. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Spencer, hit me with that last bit.
John's a little apprehensive because it's related to Final Fantasy XIV, but worry not. It's not going to take more than maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Rose and I are going to record another episode of our 14 podcast later this week, where we're going to really deep dive into all the wacky and wild shit that's been going on in that game. But basically, they're finally going to be fixing the early game, like A Realm Reborn stuff, in 14 in the summer patch that's coming up in like a month or two. Like they've cut out, like, I think it's like 16% of the quest. It's like 13 or 16% of all the quests, and then the quests that are still in, they're less like fetch questy. They've cut down significantly, like, what you need to do to complete them.
Yeah, so like an example they gave, or like I saw people give, is there's this one quest that they do so they said the most dropped off place for people was 2.1's story that you get to right after you've hit level 50 or whatever and finish the main game.
Yep.
Because, and this is, I totally remember this, there are multiple quests where you have to, like, they're introducing new characters and they have you talk to the character, walk 5 feet across the room to talk to another character about that character, go back to that other character, and then go back to the other character for no reason. Like, it's insane. Like,
So they're cutting down on a lot of weird quest quirks like that, and I'm looking forward to, like, making my 17th alt, who's probably going to be my samurai lady, and I'm going to go through the game again and see, like, what's changed in the actual base game itself, because they're not just changing, like, the 2.0 stuff, they're changing all of the stuff leading up into the first expansion, Heaven's Horde. The real buck wild thing they're doing, though, is they've added flying mounts to all of the original 2.0 areas. And keep in mind, those areas were built when flying didn't exist yet. So they've not only had to go through and rework all of the collision for those maps to accommodate for flying, they've probably also updated the actual, like, areas themselves so that because, like, there are certain areas where you can go out of bounds and, like, explore, like, the parts of the map that you're not supposed to, and those places would look really bad if you were able to fly up really high. And they're probably going to have updated those areas so they look a lot nicer. Or the alternative is just like, you can fly, but the ceiling's just a bit lower than the expansion areas, because the expansion areas can get really fucking big in terms of height. But it's nuts that they're doing that.
Yeah.
So
like they were talking about how like the developers brought it up at one point or something, and then all the higher ups were saying like, oh, that would take too much time and money and effort or whatever. And the developers basically said, like, you can just keep saying that about fucking everything, though, and we need to fix this shit. Like, It's really bad.
It will take time and money and effort, and we need to do it to make this game better.
Yeah.
So, the other thing, real quick, is, like, this information's coming from the live letter that happened, like, Friday.
This morning?
This morning, basically. And they spent the first, like, 15 minutes of that live letter just talking in both Japanese and English about, like, the process of them transitioning into, like, a full-on work-from-home environment because of, the COVID-19 stuff. And it was kind of really interesting to hear because, like, Square Enix is, like, letting them take, like, work computers to their homes to, like, set up everything. And it's mostly been okay with, like, as far as, like, anybody's aware, like, nobody on the team has been, like, seriously impacted by COVID-19. But, like, the thing is, there's been specific complications because some of the examples they gave are, like, some employees might not have, like, a good power supply to power the very, like, powerful computers that they, build the game on, or things like it's hard to run a server remotely, or it's hard to connect to the server, or the internet connection at my home is bad, or the living space I have is too small because it's like a downtown Tokyo like apartment sort of deal. But they're handling each of those complications on a case by case basis. Mm-hmm. So they're basically just making the best with what they can do, and they have mentioned that the patch is going to be delayed, but as far as I could tell, everybody in the community was more than understanding about that, given, like, current events. 'Cause, like,
I couldn't believe that they said that it was only going to be delayed by a month at the most. Like, that was crazy to me that they would say that.
I have to guess that that's partly because they've been on...
Yeah, like working in art.
Yeah, on point, working with, like, getting working from home set up as quickly as possible. So... But yeah, that's the big Final Fantasy XIV news. If you want to learn more about that, stay tuned for the next 14 podcast Rose and I are going to do.
Yeehaw.
Sometime this next week. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think it's time we go through some questions.
Sure.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
If you want to send a question, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like these folks right here. Anonymous asks, my girlfriend says it's weird that I toast the buns when I make burgers. Is this weird? No, it's not weird.
No.
That's very normal.
You should always do that. I would posit. Like, it's fine if you don't want to for a textural reason, like you don't like toasted buns for whatever reason. But you should toast those buns all the time.
I remember I had to tell for the longest time, like, whenever I had burgers, for a very long time, my family would just use, like, bread or whatever instead of getting buns. Just use normal bread. And I was always like, toast it, right? Because then it at least makes it more like a burger.
Rigid.
Yeah, more rigid and stuff. And they were just like, I was like, no, just have fucking plain bread. Like, it was really not good. I don't know. I don't think that's a good texture combination. It's just this, like, melting bread.
Mm-hmm. We got, like, a toaster fairly recently. Like, this was, like, last year, basically, but for the longest time, we didn't have a toaster in the apartment. We had, like, a toaster oven, but not, like, a full toaster, because we just didn't have, like, the counter space for one, and we got a toaster. And it has increased my enjoyment of making sandwiches 100%. Like, I always toast my bread now, and, like, you should do that for buns for burgers. It'll just make it taste better. Again, like, the only time you shouldn't is if, like, you really have, like, a sensory issue with having, like, crunchy bread. But
yeah,
if you have the option to toast, you should try toasting it.
Yeah, I'd say, do what you do. If your girlfriend doesn't want it, then don't toast your girlfriend's buns, I guess. Just toast your own.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about cooking is that you can do what you want. And you can do other
Especially
stuff
with
other
burgers. People. Especially with burgers.
All right, and we just got one more question here. Nice, simple, easy episode. We got one from Harlequin Wheels, of course. Keeping it up the streak. If you were directing a complete remake of one of your favorite games, what little detail in a short clip would you include in the first gameplay trailer to let fans know you're a real one? Trademark.
Oh, Jesus. This is a good question.
It is a really good question. Okay, so if I were tasked to remake the No More Heroes series, I would let everyone know that I was a real one. I don't know exactly how I would do it, but I would just I would somehow indicate that the Shinobu levels in 2 were not as bad as they were in the original. I would be like, there's less bad platforming, I would just show Shinobu moving well. I would just show a scene of her doing a cool flip and it being oh shit, that looks cool. Oh shit, that looks good. It's
Shinobu, but she plays Raiden from Revengeance.
Fucking yeah. So there you go. That's what that would be my remake. Hey, you know what? My remake of No More Heroes is that I get platinum to make the action. There you go. That's my fucking... I get platinum to make the gameplay. There you go. So
I'm directing a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2 Grimoire of the Rift.
Right.
And to prove to fans that I'm a real one, I'm deleting the main character and just having Adele be the protagonist. Mm-hmm. She should have been the protagonist of the game, because the entire second half of the game is basically just all about her. So, why not just make most of the game about her? So,
yeah. How about you, Rose?
I mean, Nier's already getting one. I would say, if it was Nier Gestalt, I would say probably just having, a compilation of Kaine swearing. That would be a good one, because you really gotta nail her calling that magic floating book a stupid bitch. Mm-hmm. Let me think. What are some of my favorite games? Favorite games. Favorite games.
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill 3, if they showed me the fucking stupid ass space outfit that you can get for... Wait, no. Silent Hill 3 remake, and she's wearing the Game Pro shirt.
Oh, fuck.
Or the fucking, I don't know, Edge magazine one. Fucking a Dead Publication t-shirt. She's just wearing it because they had all those t-shirts in the original release that you could wear for all the gaming magazines, and all of them are dead now. If she was just wearing that, think how fucking good that would be. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good answer. Thank you for letting me think of that. That's great.
Yeah,
now I'm thinking about this a lot.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, in a similar vein, if you're just going to remake Alan Wake, then it would be just make sure that that they have Verizon and Energizer shit in there.
Yeah, just a very dark shadowed over a 4K fucking Verizon bulletin board.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
A thermos glistening in the distance that you can see.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. Well, I think that...
Barry talks the same, actually. That's the thing. You gotta have Barry talking, Barry Wheeler, in Alan Wake.
My answer would be... Or another answer for me would be if I was in charge of the Resident Evil 4 remake, I would just make sure that all the dialogue is still really bad. There would be a scene, I would just include Leon going, "Where's everybody going? Bingo," and then people would know that it's being handled by a real one, because it's oh, okay, that's good. No, okay.
What about...
Not only would it do that, but at the end of the trailer, it would have the bingoonline.com whatever. There you go. That's bingo, how you really know you're a real one.
What about having him say fucking you're a small time Sadler or whatever, and writhe in my cage of torment.
Your left hand comes off.
God.
Your left hand comes off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah. But there you go. I think that does it. thank you so much for listening. Of course, as usual, at VGCC is our Twitter account. VideoGameChooChoo.tumblr.com is our Tumblr. We have our Facebook, which is Video Game Choo Choo. We have our YouTube, which I'm still getting used to it. I think it's it's just /Video Game Choo Choo. Just go to youtube.com/Video Game Choo Choo, and that'll bring you straight to all our videos. We just posted a new episode of Sekiro, so you can check that out on the YouTube. Or you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/VGCC, and you can see stuff like that a whole week early. We also have our other thing, our anime podcast, Chuchigatri Unlimited Train Works. You can get that early if you subscribe to the Patreon. Rose and I do that, as well as Elvie. Let's see here. You got the Discord server, the GameZone.zone. You can go there and you can hang out with us. I'm always in there, at least. I'm always talking shit. And of course, there's also Melt Channel /Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their old stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com, or their new stuff, Magic Circuit on Spotify. They're always putting out some new stuff recently, so, go check that out. It's good. And of course, you guys can go ahead and plug your stuff. Is there anything that you want to add?
Yeah. So, my friends and I recently did the Ludum Dare game jam.
Mm-hmm.
And the theme this time around was Keep It Alive. And we decided to make a little pinball game that you can go check out.
Ooh.
It's ldjam.com/events/ludum-dare/46 and then /flip or die.
We will probably just put a link to that on the site, so don't you worry about that. But yeah, sure, thank you.
Yeah, it's just a fun little game. I did the artwork specifically, so just a little fun thing. There's a bunch of other entries too you can check out. Like, just got linked one from my friend that's basically like you're playing a healer character in an MMO, and you're also like a woman, and so there's like a chat function. And it seems nuts. There's like a trigger warning for it and everything. So there's a bunch of other like really cool entries, so you should go check those out.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the time.
Yeah. Rose, how about you?
Just stay tuned this week to a bunch of podcasts we're gonna put out.
Yeah,
I guess.
holy shit! You're gonna be talking about Final Fantasy
FF7.
for like 17 hours this week.
Yeah.
No.
It won't be that bad. Well, you don't know about the spoiler cast, Skull. You never know.
Oh, you're talking about the... Yeah, okay.
Those are going to be 2 days apart.
Oh,
yeah, so we're going to have Chuchigatri this week at some point. We're going to have that, and then also our Final Fantasy 14 podcast will all be coming.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Rose, please stay safe.
Look forward to that. It'll be fine. I'm not hosting... I mean, we split the hosting on our 14 show, so it's fine. We're very back and forth.
If you need me to take over on Chuchigatri, that's okay.
Oh, it should be fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine. I'm not doing any... I'm just going to be in the background of the FF7 one going, damn, you see the motorcycle? Fuck.
That motorcycle shit was crazy. It was good.
He fucking did like a wheelie, and then he spun around and jumped on it. Like, what the hell?
But yeah, that just means that everyone's gonna have a lot of content to look forward to this week. So
That's true. Yeah.
keep checking out our website. Subscribe to our Patreon if you have the means to do so. It's only $3, but times are tough right now. But we're not gonna give you any guff. So if you can, it's just $3 a month. And we'll see you next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long.